Okay, so about the reels of reactivity is your fault. You're the problem. You're doing this to your dog, et cetera, et cetera. It's not, the idea was kind of to try to make it a little spicy, but if you really break it down, nearly everything that your dog does, especially when they're out with you, is your fault. It's your lack of showing the dog what it is you do or do not want. These dogs are with you all the time. You feed, you shelter, you interact, you do all these things with your dog, and so the behavior becomes repetitive. Comes from the pattern of what you have shown the dog that you do or do not want. And I'm going to go way deeper into that in a longer onset video. I have to gather some videos or posts of just to kind of get a picture of what's going on with other people and how I would address that as a professional. And most of it is very similar. I'm not saying all of it, I'm saying most of it. And when I say most, it's like 98, 99%. So I keep looking over my shoulder. If you ever see in these videos in the future, because I have a direct line of sight to the front parking lot. And so there's always people coming and going. So I just need to make sure that they're being taken care of and everything. So that's why I keep looking over my shoulder. But even though it is your fault, and it's okay if it's your fault, you don't know what you don't know. The idea here is not to make you feel bad and feel worse about the situation and amplify it. It's about trying to get people to the point of, okay, it's my fault. What do I do now? How do I improve? How do I become a better steward for my pet? How do I just be better? And that's what the whole idea is. So I'm going to put out some videos over time, typically probably voiceovers, because that's very, very, very difficult to train and record at the same time. But that's all. That's all. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad or feel worse than they already do about whatever's going on. That's not the idea. The whole idea is just to kind of get you to that point of like, all right, if it's my fault, what do I do now? That's all. And a lot of times people kind of need to hear it very directly. And that's how I work, is very directly. I don't sugarcoat things. I am understanding, and I do not only work with the dog in front of me, but I also work with the people in front of me to a point. There does become a point where everything just has to be an absolute. The same thing when you're working with a dog. Things have to be absolute. If they're not, the person or the dog may not understand everything clearly, and it becomes more difficult to recall when things are, iffy or this and that maybes, a little bit of gray areas. Like, it doesn't benefit anybody in the long run, human or dog. So that's all. I was just gonna throw this out there to clarify over those reels. If you got offended, sorry about that. Sort of, not really, but just understand that you can't take it. It's YouTube, man. You can't take everything so personally. But regardless, I'll be making some videos, and yeah, that's really it. So there you go.